Edward's Day Out. Once upon a time there was a little engine called Edward. He lived in a shed with 5 other engines. They were all bigger than Edward and boasted about it. They said, "The driver won't choose you again. He wants big, strong engines like us." Edward hadn't been out for a long time, and he began to feel sad. Just then the driver and fireman came along to start work. The driver looked at Edward and said, "What's the matter? Are you feeling sad? Would you like to come out today? And Edward said, "Oh, yes, please." So the fireman lit the fire and made a nice lot of steam. Then the driver pulled the lever and Edward puffed away. And he blew his whistle. "Look at me. Look 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 at me." The other engines were very cross at being left behind, and away went Edward to get some coaches. "Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me." At last Edward found the coaches, and they said, "Oh, please be careful, Edward. Don't bump and bang us like the other engines do." So Edward came up to the coaches very, very gently. And the shunter fastened the coupling. The coaches were very pleased. "Thank you, Edward. That was kind. We are glad you're taking us today." Then they went to the station where the people were waiting. "Here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are." "Come along, get in quickly, please." So the people got in quickly, and Edward waited happily for the guard to blow his whistle and wave his green flag. He waited and waited, and there was no whistle and no green flag. Edward was getting anxious. "Where is that guard?" The driver and fireman asked the station master. Have you seen the guard?" "No." They asked the porter. Have you seen the guard?" Yes, last night." Edward began to get cross. Are we ever going to start? Just then a little boy shouted, "Here he comes!" And there the guard was, running down the hill with his flags in one hand and a sandwich in the other. He ran onto the platform, blew his whistle, and jumped into his van. Edward puffed off. "Here we go, shh, shh, here 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 we go, shh, shh." He did have a happy day. All the children ran to wave as he went past, and he met old friends at all the stations. He worked so hard that the driver promised to take him out again next day. And he told the other engines in the shed that night, "I'm going out again tomorrow. What do you think of that, But he didn't hear what they thought, for he was so tired and happy that he fell asleep at once. Edward and Gordon. One of the engines in Edward's shed was called Gordon. He was very big and very proud.
"You watch me this afternoon, little Edward. When I rush through with the express, that'll be a splendid sight for you."
Just then his driver pulled the lever.
"Goodbye, little Edward. Look out for me this afternoon. Goodbye, little Edward."
Edward went off too, to do some shunting. Edward liked shunting. It was fun playing with trucks. He would come up quietly and give them a quick pull, and the trucks would scream out, "Oh, oh, 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 oh,
oh, whatever's happening?"
Then Edward would stop quickly, and the silly trucks would bump into each other. "Oh, oh, 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 oh." Edward pushed them until they were running nicely, and when they weren't expecting it, he would stop. One of them would be sure to run onto the other line. Edward played till there were no more trucks. Then he stopped to rest. Presently he heard a whistle, and Gordon came puffing along very slowly and very crossly. Instead of nice shining coaches, he was pulling a lot of very dirty coal trucks.
"A goods train, a goods train. The shame of it, the shame of it, the shame of it. Oh dear, oh dear."
He went slowly through with the trucks clattering and banging behind him. Edward laughed and went to find some more trucks. Soon afterwards a porter came and spoke to Edward's driver. "Yeah, Gordon can't get up the hill. Will you take Edward and push him, please?" They found Gordon halfway up the hill, and he was very cross. His driver and fireman were talking to him severely. "You're not trying, Gordon. You're not trying at all." And Gordon said,
"I can't do it. I can't do it. The noisy trucks hold an engine back so. If they were coaches now, clean, sensible things that come quietly, that would be different."
Edward's driver came up. "We've come to push you."
"Oh, it's no use at all."
"Well, you wait and see." They brought the train back to the bottom of the hill. Edward came up behind the brake van. "I'm ready."
"It's no good."
The guard blew his whistle, and they pulled and pushed as hard as they could. Gordon pulled.
"I can't do it. I can't do it."
Edward pushed. "I will do it. I will do it."
"I can't do it."
"I will do it. Shh. Edward pushed and puffed and pushed as hard as ever he could, and almost before he realized it, Gordon found himself at the top of the hill.
I've done it. I've done it. I've done it.
And he forgot all about Edward pushing behind. He didn't wait to say thank you, but ran on so fast that he passed 2 stations before his driver could make him stop. Edward had pushed so hard that when he got to the top, he was out of breath. Gordon ran on so fast that Edward was left behind. The guard waved and waved, but Edward couldn't catch up. He ran on to the next station, and there the driver and fireman said they were very pleased with him. The fireman gave him a nice long drink. And the driver said, "I'll get my paint out tomorrow and give you a beautiful new coat of blue with red stripes. Then you'll be the smartest engine in the shed."